I just stopped and restarted. Did that help anything? I really don't think. I don't think that's gonna do it. But let me know. And now you get a heavily pixelated ad. Oh, God. Wonderful. I'll wait a second and see if people... I just said that I was going... Apparently, it's so choppy that me saying I'm gonna drop and come back didn't even make it through to people. Seems to have worked. Stupendous. Fucking Twitch. Ugh. Okay. Well, hey, that's something. Let's go ahead and do the storm report before it decides to completely eat my stream alive.
Alright, locusts and gentlemechs, get ready to feast your eyes on glowed paint and wet palettes with the occasional culinary atrocity thrown in on tonight's storm report. Brought to you by viewers like you.
My hand's sticky. Probably best not to ask that question. Let's see what people have been posting today. Alright. Here we have up first from Chaotic Harmony. Painting terrain for the store's new Kill Team box. Very fun terrain to paint on. It looks like a new, like a good box. The Killzone Octarius box seems like a high quality box. And I see an announcement the other day that they're planning a new Kill Team box with, like, new terrain and everything. Like, it's not once per month, is it once per quarter? If they stick to that, that's pretty exciting. Games Workshop has a really bad track record of starting up specialty games, releasing a handful of supplements for it, and then just forgetting to update it, just forgetting that they even own it. That kind of happened to the previous 3 incarnations of Kill Team. So maybe they're serious this time. I don't know. Warhammer is in a really big push right now. Like a really major push. Between Warhammer TV, the new Kill Team boxes, the new edition. Like, I'm hoping that they actually support it this time, because Kill Team is a very popular game. I think it's better in many ways, particularly with the new rules that I've seen. Better than their actual full-size 40k game. So, nice job on this, though, Chaotic Harmony. I'm sure that your local game store is going to be very pleased. I love your use of the reds and the yellows. Quite orky indeed. Warhammer is a really big swamp of pure diarrhea, if you asked me. I mean, sewer creature... Look, I try to be... I try to be open-minded. And I try not to let my personal nerdy angst color my commentary too much. I have some very negative opinions about Games Workshop, and I have for a long time, but I just feel like, you know, you gotta remember, not everybody gives a shit. Like, I care a great deal about tabletop gaming. I care about what companies are doing. I care about how they treat their employees. I care about how they support their products. I care about the quality of their sculpts. I care about all this shit. But I have to remember that there are, you know, a huge percentage of people who are involved in the hobby that neither know nor give a fuck, nor have the time to learn or to give said fucks about any of these things. Some people don't care about any of that. They're just like, see game seem fun, paint game, play game, good time. And you know what? That's enough. That is enough. And I don't want my personal, jaded, grognard opinion. Like, I believe that people should punish these companies for behaving poorly. I really genuinely do. Let's pull up Wheezy's Warhammer while we're talking about this. Thought I'd share my son's most recent paint job. He's 8 and did 100%. This is a perfect example. He's 8 and did 100% of the work on this Warhammer. I'm certainly a proud papa. Thanks, too, for your comments last time on the 5 painted mechs I sculpted. Oh, thank you so much for doing those, man. Those were amazing. First attempt at cockpit jeweling, and it was great to know you thought I did your sculpts justice. Let's take a look at Wheezy's son's Warhammer. Like, I have some very negative opinions about Catalyst Game Labs, the guys who made this Warhammer specifically, but and I've thought about this. Like, I want people to behave like responsible consumers, and I want people to care about these things, and I believe that these companies need to be held accountable, and that we need to vote with our wallets, and to vote with our wallets properly, we need to be well informed. I believe all these things. But I also recognize that it's about fun at the end of the day, and if my opinion is really spoiling someone's fun or making them feel bad about some aspect of the hobby, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. At the end of the day, if they're having fun, if they're engaged, if their kids are engaged, if they're doing their own art, if they're expanding themselves, if they're broadening their horizons, like, this is an objectively good thing. So, I'll complain. I'll complain here and there about it, but I try to keep it restrained. And I'm always careful to mention when I criticize a company that I don't cast any judgment on the people who play the game. I understand. If anything, it's because I remember discovering many of these things for the first time myself. I remember that excitement, I remember that elation that I felt, and I'd rather encourage that. I'd rather make some sacrifices in the realm of, ethical corporate greed for the sake of making people happy and broadening their horizons, like I said. Broadening their artistic horizons and helping them to have moments with their friends and family that they treasure. And this is a great example of that. For an 8-year-old, fuck, man, I wish somebody had been encouraging me to paint when I was 8. This is awesome, Wheezy. Feel this would be a fun scheme to do with a not metal gold. Yeah, now, I don't know, it looks like he's maybe using some contrast, maybe some washes? If he felt like coming back in here, if you slapped a good heavy brown wash on this gold, Wheezy, if you showed him how to do it, this might be a good time to teach him about, pin washes and broad washing. This 8-year-old paints better than I ever have. God, yeah, he paints better than I did a few years ago. I think some washes would really, really help this pop out. I love the cool gray that he did here. For an 8-year-old, surprisingly good brush control. To get in here and do the PPCs and the lasers the way that he did. Really, really nice work. I like that he did the green and the red for the small and the medium lasers, too. That's a nice touch. And then the machine guns down here are just little dark holes from which bullets emerge. Wonderful work. Wonderful work, Wheezy. Thank you for sharing that with us. Please pass along our compliments to your son. And make him paint more. Encourage him. If he enjoys it, keep him going. Because like I said, I wish somebody had been encouraging me at his age. Coming down here we have from Mafik. Don't have a good mood to draw some tank girls, but I ordered some model kits that are not Gundams. Hey, that's something. What the fuck is this? These guns are adorable. They look like they would break your fucking wrist. But I like them. I mean, it's a robot, so it wouldn't break his wrist, but the design of it is a little kit crazy. It just looks huge caliber weapon for how stumpy it is. I like the little shields. This is an interesting range. Are these from something, or are they just from this specific range? I kind of like the way the head's built with this weird little ram scoop at the bottom of it, and then the central eye. It's got elements from a lot of different mecha that I appreciate. An interesting kit. I'd be interested in seeing that come together, Mafik. And we have Spinacia Fencer type. This is another 30-minute missions models. Oh, okay. Nice. I've taken a look at a few of these kits. Like I said, there's a whole realm of model building out there that I just haven't interfaced with that I find fascinating. The swords look really cool on this one. Here we have the frame and then the extra armor pieces that you can put on, I'm guessing. Basically AK, but backwards. Okay. Interesting. The Kalashnikov, but inbred. Yeah, it's the Habsburg of Kalashnikovs. Well, that's pretty cool, Mafik. Please post some pictures when you get those guys put together. Here we have from Zombie Brush Studios, son playing with his Death Ray designs terrains and mechs with me today. Apparently I lost, according to him. This is the problem with playing with children, these games. Because often we're teaching them how to play games like Battletech or Warhammer or Infinity. Probably not Infinity. But fundamentally, they're playing a completely different game, and the name of that game is often I Win. Still, if they're having fun. He appears to be stacking 2 buildings on top of one another like some sort of demented god. I like this DRD laser cut terrain. They did a good job with this set. It seems like they've gotten more push out of their 3D printed stuff. But, I always love seeing parents encouraging their children to play these games and to paint these models, because I don't know. I was not so much encouraged. And I wish I had been, and the little bit of goodness I can take from that is feeling joy when I see the dreams of the young being encouraged. Tiny Hands can trick her solid. I think she's not paying attention, and then she kills him. Oof. Sneaky. She plays by the rules, and you still lose. She's going to be a tournament player by the time she grows up. Well, thank you for sharing that, Zombie Bro Studios. Well, let's keep going. SP Firestarter. Oh, no. I see. I know what this is. Problematic. I need something to drink. I'll be back. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. Yeah, that building up there, by the way, Amateur Paint Hour, for everybody who's hit STL tonight, is very low detail. The way I prototype my buildings for Trinity City is because I lean heavily on the supportless printing.
If you anger the fox, you're gonna get stuffed in a box.
I'll usually do the basic engineering of it, develop the overall shape, and then test print it to make sure that the toughest overhangs all work without supports before I go in and I do a lot of detailing on it. So what you're seeing there is a very low detail version of a building that will likely be coming out inside of the next couple of weeks. Trinity City is going to be getting an expansion. Trinity City Defense is going to be getting an expansion. Industrial Fluid Works is going to be getting an expansion. Drop Base Delta is going to get an expansion. Then we're going to come back around, and the Hextech Aeroplex is also going to get an expansion. I was pretty excited to see that they were doing an Aerotech boost. Like, the next thing they're going to be doing for BattleTech looks like some Aerotech stuff. And that's good timing for the Aeroplex coming out. And I'm going to wait a little bit and then hit that with some upgrades. I hate this so much. Let's just keep going. Let's just see what's up next. Here I have from Amateur Paint Hour, work in progress of my second favorite mech, the Shadow Cat. So had an idea and was curious if it's a terrible idea or not. I do the brown paneling arguably the hardest way possible by basing it brown and then painting tan over the top in order to make better use of the gray bottom? Would it be weird to base them black and paint gray in the same manner to create the same effect? Or should I just buy a calligraphy pen? I mean, you're just kind of describing how I paint with acrylics too, Amateur Paint Hour. I don't know that that's really necessarily the hardest way. If you wanted to make it easier on yourself, you could go backwards using contrast or just heavy washes and get a very, very similar effect. It's hard to say. My real advice on this, Amateur Paint Hour, like, honestly, try it. Honestly, just try. And anything you think might be a good idea, try it on something and see how you like it. No two painters are alike. We all have different we've got different skills, different backgrounds, different likes. And the fact is that a technique that works for one person might be completely intolerable to you, and something that another person thinks crazy might be just the best thing ever for you, and it just flows really easily. So if you have the idea, take a mech aside and give it a shot. See how you like it. Or better yet, take pictures of it and post both of them to the Storm Report, and we can give you some feedback on that. It's going to come down to which one do you mind doing the least, ultimately. I'd say try everything. Honestly, try everything. If someone has a technique that you think looks interesting, try it. These are just tools that you can add to the toolbox, and you don't necessarily use every single tool for every job, but you want to know how to use it, and you want to have it available. There you go. Yeah, save misprints for that. Of course, he's painting a bunch of CGL figures, as far as I can tell. It's a good-looking Shadowcat, though, I gotta say. And honestly, you could leave more, with the method you're doing on the top here, you can use more, you leave more areas that dark brown. You can even go a darker brown for your base, honestly. Heavy shadows like under the arms and under the fists and everything on the bottom half is going to really, really push the contrast on the rest of it. Dry brushing, there you go. Sewer Creature, not Sewer Creature, sorry, Amateur Paint Hour. How much dry brushing have you done? Can I suggest giving it another shot? Like, try painting the top half brown and the bottom half black, and then just dry brushing a series of browns up to tan on the top. Try giving that a shot. Can't exactly say why, but that specific color of off-white is pleasing to my eye. It is very nice. It's kind of, you know what it is? It's a little yellow, and they say taupe is very soothing. That's why the interiors of a lot of public facilities are painted a nice taupe color. It has a psychological effect. It's labor-intensive when I think there's an easier way for similar results. Yeah, just give it a shot. Give it a shot, Amateur Paint Hour. You might be surprised at the results. Not enough. This is just base coats on this model, but my dry brushing may be worse than my highlighting. It's a skill I'm still working on. What brush are you using? Can I recommend... This is an ELF makeup contouring brush. I think you can get these for like $8 to $10 depending on where you buy them. And they're fucking amazing. This is one of the best dry brushes I've ever owned. You can go to places like Artis Opus and buy their dry brush set where it's like $20 per brush or $30 to $40 per brush, and you won't get anything that's any higher quality than this, in all honesty. Pick yourself up an ELF contouring brush and give this a shot. Yeah, I'm wildly overestimating it, Kursala. You can get them much cheaper. I'm just saying, like, at most, you can get these for like $8. Generally speaking, you can find them cheaper. Recently acquired some makeup brushes. Gonna use for these guys and my other work in progress. Yeah, give it a shot, Amateur Paint Hour. And if you need any tips on dry brushing, I am happy to give them. This Oryx that I did from Metalcore Collectibles. Hang on. This guy here? This was almost entirely dry brushing. Like, this was a really, really fast paint job. And I basically painted it in black.
When watching Thunderhead's stream, you may feel the urge to do the cha-cha, because he likes to slide it to the left, and then slide it to the right, and then hold it off screen entirely. Come on, Thunderhead, put it back on camera.
But basically, this was black, and then I just dry brushed it.
It's okay to be sloppy. Bonus points if it's white paint.
Not fond of ELF anymore, very exclusionary with their products and promotions. I don't know much about the company. I think it's the only product that I buy from them. Yeah, like, seriously, Amateur Paint Hour, dry brushing is, as I say, is a technique with a very, very low skill floor, meaning that it's really easy to start doing, and with a very high skill ceiling, meaning that if you put the time and the effort in, you can get some truly amazing results out of it. It's well used on models, particularly like you need well-defined models, and Metalcore Collectibles figures work really well for it because he has really deep, crisp details. But a lot of the new mechs from CGL will also do just fine using that method. Here we have from Project Dark Fox. If I was painting this miniature, I would just wash it over this gray base, heavily thinned black paint, pre-made washable. Yeah, I mean, yeah, washing. Washing and dry brushing. You guys, like... Over the last 6 months or so, I've been pushing myself into weird territory paint-wise that isn't like I usually paint. I think it's because I've been getting into oil painting. I've been kind of expecting higher level results from myself, and I've been doing more things like non-metallic metals and everything, but in my heart and at my core, I'm a dry brush it and wash it kind of guy. It's a great way to paint, and like I said, very high skill ceiling. I have seen people dry brush entire tanks, and they look fucking amazing, so keep working at an Amateur Paint Hour. And if you'd like, I'm going to be doing some more Metalcore Collectibles figures here in the near future. I'm going to be doing it very dry brush heavy. I'll be sure to let you know what streams those are going to be, and I'll show you what techniques I can. It just happens to be where you have an excessive amount of at the moment due to the Kickstarter. Some really good other mechs I need, though. Oh, so many. So many. I'm going to steal all your women and introduce them to Battletech. This is adorable. It really is. I would... Oh my god. The pity pillow. I would love this on a pillow. Or if this just was the pillow, like in this shape, I would put that on my couch. I would snuggle with it while I watch Star Trek. That's what I would do. I may be a proud man, but I'm not that proud. I love the cold, dead eyes. Star Trek Wars, yeah, you know the one. No, I save that status for a very different pillow, Osri. That is reserved for my Tuxedo Mask body pillow. Thank you very much. Coming down. Here we have from Vergaderung. Finished up my Marshall, got my Thunderhead dice on the same day. Oh, I'm so glad that these dice are making it to their final destinations. I hope everybody loves their Thunderhead Studio dice. I really, that giveaway was so fucking awesome, you guys. And I thought about a lot of different ways to do it. I'm glad I finally decided on just anybody who posted the Storm Report get some dice. Because so many people post to it now, and I love seeing all of your art. Also, Vergaderung, Vergaderung, how can you claim that you wouldn't enjoy doing 365 when you regularly do work like this very quickly? You, of all people, should be open to a challenge like that. You have mastered some quick, easy, fucking fantastic paint techniques. You know what? That's it. Vergaderung, you're doing 365 with me in 2022. You don't have a choice. It's been decided. You are hereby challenged, sir. We've got some more dice. Oh, Coral. We have got, I reserved a handful of dice for other giveaway purposes and to make sure that some longtime supporters are able to get some, even if they weren't a part of the initial giveaway. This is, Vergaderung. I need to complete more armies, man. Damn. Lovely work. Lovely, lovely work. I love all the little bits of blue glow. And the green, that vibrant green, really just sets off your reds so damn well. Vergaderung has a good eye for color theory and composition. He's got a good eye for dice, doesn't he? Those purple dice, so nice. So nice. Sewer Creature, you can. You can. You don't know it yet, but you can, I promise you. could just play along with it and then pretend to lose. Yeah, but I have his address. I know where he lives. And he has to think about that now. Here we have from Wheezy. In the last stream, the phrase roll the bones was discussed. Yeah, I think I rambled about my old bone chips for Rune Wars, too. Check out these sheep joints we were given. They're about to be shaken in that little felt box, and the combination can serve either as regular dice or as fortune-telling devices. Same thing, arguably. They're certainly interesting. Hey, sheep's knuckles. That's pretty cool. It just says Mongolia. Is this a souvenir? Did you get this in Mongolia? Or did someone get it in Mongolia and then send it to you? That's kind of neat. Very cool. I like that blue. So fire. Is that felt? Yeah, that's what it says, right? It's a little felt bag? Yeah, a little felt box. Okay. It's an interesting item to have in a box. I can think of worse things to keep in boxes. Children's teeth? That's pretty weird. I'll tell you, I've been out here on this property, and this property's been in my family for...
Welcome, everyone.
Like 100
to
years.
Thunderhead Studios, where the only rule is...
Please don't show me your genitals. That would be weird.
Have fun, be safe, and above all...
Don't show them to me, for the love of God. That would be weird. That would be a weird thing to keep in a box, I have to say.
Here at Thunderhead Studio, we specialize in turning your shame into... more shame.
Oh, I was hoping it would be something other than that. Damn it. Oh, hold on. Screwed up my collage. Here's a different one. Okay, yeah, here's the little felt box. It's an interesting bit of constructions. You can see how it opens and comes out. Yeah, my grandma, man, she kept some weird shit. She kept some real weird shit. And teeth are among the things that we found out here. There was a hope chest that was kept for a specific person of significance to her who died. And wow, it is a monument to someone who could not let go of a particular event. The chest is very nice, and I'm glad that we have it now, but going through the things inside of it, it's like, here's the 70-year-old bottle of Vicks Vapo Rub that they were using before they died. Like, what? Why would you... Oh my god. Locks of hair and teeth and... Oh, it was strange. There've been a lot of cool things we found, too. Stuff from my grandfather from World War II and whatnot. But yeah, then some boxes that were just kind of like... testament to very dark times in people's lives. Here we have from Wombat Combat, my first attempt at working oils into my workflow. Gonna start working on some green gemstones later this week, I think, which unfortunately will be all off stream as my overhead camera has tragically died. Yeah, you were having some stuttering problems last time it was on there. Well, I'll tell you, this is damn smooth work. I've seen a lot of Wombat Combat's painting, and yeah, there's definitely a nice smoothness to this. I like how you did the sort of counter shading with the yellows and kind of reddish colors from below. Really nice work on this. Oils take practice, man. Keep working on them. I'm still not really there myself. You know, normally I'm not a huge fan of static poses and models, but for one of the Thousand Suns, it just works, doesn't it? They're basically space mummies, aren't they? Like, the rubric of Ahriman rendered them all pretty much space mummies. So I feel like just standing there impassively as if he were a statue is actually a solid pose for a rubric marine. I kind of like what you've done with the fabric here. It looks dirty and worn. Nicely done. There's some cool non-static poses, though. Ooh, I can't wait to see the rest of them. Good work, Wombat Combat. Keep working on it, man. Keep on going. Apparently in colonial times, a lock of hair was passed to the children of the deceased as a lasting item to serve as a memory. I don't doubt it. All I will say is that past people are fucking weird, Xander Shade. Here we have from Magnatorius, Maximus, our very own Cyber Knight Metal Core Collectibles, who has done a number of the figures we painted here on stream. Finally doing some work on Carver proper here, starting with the weapons, a half dozen Clan ER medium lasers, Clan ER PPC, Clan ER small. There's something disgusting to me. There is something patently disgusting to me about a Black Knight armed with clan weapons. I guess it's because in my head, the Black Knight is really distinguished by its status as a clan buster variant during the Battle of Tukiyid, wherein they gave it a big fucking sword and they had it hack apart clan mechs that were running out of ammo and couldn't fight in close quarters. To take one and to cover it in clan weapons. There's a mech I need, the new CG1, yeah, and also Amateur Paint Hour. Well, now don't discount. Don't discount the hang on, let me finish reading this before I go off on this. Clan ER Small Laser, Clan Flamer, and a Clan Micro Pulse Laser, plus the Hatchet, of course. Gotta keep that triple strength mimer activated. Oh, and did we mention this is all tied into a clan targeting computer? Ugh. Yeah, Sewer Creature might have called that one right. It's looking great, though. I'm gonna say, don't discount the premium plastic Black Knight from Catalyst Game Labs. Don't discount it because they sure won't. Only $25 for kind of a crappy plastic mech that may or may not have human hair in it. Come on, Crisala, that was funny. What do you want from me? I'm tired. Only $25 for a crappy cast of a mech that isn't posable. Yeah, like, they're multi-pose. Like, they say it's multi-pose, and it's like, the option you have is whether its arm that is pointing is going to be pointing at the enemy or pointing at the ground for some reason. Like, that's not multi-pose. I'm hoping that we get better offerings than that from Creative Juggernaut. Also, can I just note, I am not one to fairly criticize people for having an ego. I think that would be mildly hypocritical. But there is a certain hubris associated with naming your endeavor Creative Juggernaut that just blows my mind. Like, you're not, though. Whatever. Maybe it's meant to be ironic. Maybe it's funny. I don't know. Oh, Sewer Creature, you didn't see those pictures? I'll post them again. I think I saved them. Some of the castings that people got of the initial run... Now, I'm sure the later runs are going to be better. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure they're going to be better. But it's funny to point out that their first run was as bad as it is. They replaced a lot of these mechs that had problems, so I'm sure that it'll be fine ordering from them in the future. I'm just saying that some of the initial castings, and on top of having huge mold lines and being weirdly deformed, literally had hairs in them. Like, I don't know who the fuck they got to do their casting here in the States, but I hope that they address those issues, because that was weird. Well, you know, Cybern, I just hope that I get to get my hands on this updated Black Knight. And if what it takes is painting the Black Knight that you already sent me, fine. Fine, I guess I've got to paint the amazing mech that you already sent me for free. Jesus, I'm so put upon. And of course, don't forget the hatchet. Oh, of course, this time also come to realize the Black Knight is having the same shoulder issues as the Tyrant trying to throw a punch. Need to decide if I'm going to overhaul those shoulders or not. Is that just that it doesn't... Because, yeah, you need a lot of rotation to throw a punch. And I would imagine that the shoulder plate interferes with that. Consider making... Because I know that your shoulder plates on the Carver are separate. If you just elevate it to a punching position, angle the shoulder plate so that it fits, and then create a little connecting piece, and then you can have a shoulder pad that is meant to be connected to a punching arm. With just like a little wedge. You know? Oh, the shoulder joint itself, not the pauldrons. Let me take a look at the Tyrant. I'm not going to promise you that I'm going to have any good ideas, Metalcore, but I will have a look and see if maybe I do. Probably lead to redoing the pauldron mounts, which could lead to redoing the pauldrons themselves. Yeah, it's systemic work, and it always helps to have an idea of where you're going before you start so that issues like these don't crop up. But man, sometimes it's hard to see. I really do like this particular version of the chopper. Oh, coming all the way down to the bottom of the fist. Lovely work. Nasty little chopping teeth. Shut up and take my money, indeed. And here we have Machine God Ur, who has gone truly mad. Woof. Yeah. Wait, what version is this? Which version of the summoner had... This wasn't Malthus's who had the little mohawk, was it? Somebody help me out here. And this? The extra missile launch? This is Malthus's? But I don't remember this. Now, okay, admittedly... Oh, it's a copy of the toy. Okay, I didn't have any of the toys from that run, so this isn't sparking any memories from my childhood. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. That explains perfectly why I wouldn't recognize it. I appreciate Machine God. I appreciate your dedication to covering all of your bases. Since you've already made Malthus's, you might as well go the whole 9 yards. What the fuck did they do to his arm? That's insane. I actually kind of like it. This is the quality of work, by the way, that you can expect from Machine God Ur's Some Assembly Required Patreon. I strongly recommend you check it out. Go take a look at it. If you're not sure if you want to subscribe to it or not, just take a look at what he has on offer. His prints are amazing quality, and I really quite like the way that he does his panel lining. It lends itself very, very well to painting. Coming down from Sewer Creature, Part 3 is done. It is at this time I would like to remind you that Entish blood is not red. Ooh, this is nice. This panel up here is really, really nice. I love the lighting effects that you have here. Oh, there's an int limb here. This guy's being pulled up. Is that his head coming off? His arm's reaching up. He's like, no, don't take my head. And he's like, I'm going to take your head anyway. Pop. These guys are like, oh shit, it looks like that guy got his head pulled off. Yeah, it totally is. Oh, gross. That's his head and his spine hanging out of his fist. He spewed blood like an anime character. This poor bastard looks like he's being stepped on. Squish. Oh, and then a punch. Oh, this is cool. I like this dual panel here in particular. This is fantastic. You can see the fist coming down, and then it just goes red and splat. And then here we have his vision fading and fading. His last sight. Ooh. This is really neat work, Sewer Creature. It'd be a realistic amount of blood if your head was just ripped. Okay, I guess that the heart does pump with fairly high pressure, specifically up to the brain. It's like when you cut your scalp and you're like really, really shocked at just how much it bleeds, because it turns out there's a lot of blood pressure in your cranium. This is really, really cool, Sewer Creature. Like, I don't quite know how to articulate how unique this is. I love these dual death panels with the red vision. So Sewer Creature has his own art channel on the Discord now, where he has been posting most of these. So if you find these interesting, please go ahead and pop into the Discord and jump into that channel and check it out. I'm very curious to see where this is ultimately going. Really, really cool work, Sewer Creature. Wow, White Wolf, that sounds like a story. Warehouse incident. Someone else got their hair caught in powered rollers. Ah! Oh, God, that sounds horrible. Here we have from Gus Schultz. Been in a bit of a funk, so progress has been slow. Man, Gus, I'll tell you, one of the things that I want to do with this community, and something that I value this community for, is that so many of us, like, we all know this feeling. We all know the feeling of getting into an art funk and not being able to make ourselves work on whatever project it is that we started, and, you know, you don't need to feel self-conscious about it. You really don't. You don't need to feel any shame as much as we joke about it. You don't need to feel any judgment. You don't need to feel anything but relaxation until the inspiration returns. So, Gus, we're always happy to see what you care to share. Got him to stand at just over 8 inches tall by itself. Worked a bit on the boots, trying to get into that retro rib toe caps on the earlier Marine models. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like the classic Marines. You can go with a lot more ridges given the size of this, and I'm glad to see that, yeah, you're really kind of leaning into that. No, it's obvious the Marine looks like he's wearing Nikes. Well, the colors aren't the important part, Zero Creature. Looks like we're going with kind of an earlier, almost iron style of chest plate, too. That, and he has a hubcap in his chest. That does look a lot like a hubcap. I think it might have originally been a hubcap, but I would... If I'm giving any critique here, Gus Schultz, it would just be that, at the moment, it looks like a hubcap. I assume there's probably going to be more going on with that. Saw flip-flops and socks? Oh, God, Xander Shade, why would you even say that? That's atrocious. Yeah, the classic original Marines had these kind of ridges coming down their feet. You've gone with quite a few of them on here. It does look a bit like flip-flops with socks. Damn it. Let's just keep going before that gets drilled into my brain to the point where I can't see anything else. It'll look better when there's paint on it, for God's sake. I like the ridges, Gus Schultz. I like the nods to the original style of armor. Again, this reminds me of the Iron class of Space Marine armor, the way this chest plate comes down to like a widow's peak. Nicely done. It is, but there's a grill over. Oh, you mean the hubcap? Croc Marines. I just never got that good at physical sculpting, Gus, so it's always a pleasure to see what you're working on. I'm sorry. I've been burping a lot tonight. It's gross. Nobody wants to see that. Alright. Here we have from Asri, Caradon Overlord's display board alpha test. The big 6x6 cloud tile got destroyed shortly. I'm sorry, this music is throwing me the fuck off. I don't know why it's so violent. Make it go away. Do something else, for God's sake. Data nerd, I don't have any water, so I'm gonna drink beer. Haha, this is the opposite of what you wanted to happen. Alright. Big 6x6 cloud tile got destroyed shortly after this picture was taken when the wife unknowingly took a power drill to the tile to punch a hole in it instead of using the hand drill. Ah! Oh no! That's no good. That is perhaps a bit aggressive. This is interesting. Unfortunately, all I have is red PLA. Wife bought 2 cases of it, and I'm stuck with it. Yeah, use what you got. Use what you got. You put enough paint on it, nobody will know the difference. This is pretty cool. I like this as almost like a little sky dock for this to be pulling up to. You got some floaty boys over here. What is this from? Was this a Kickstarter? I feel like I recognize these panels, but I can't place exactly where they're from. Beer me. I'm definitely not drunk enough, Data Nerd. You got that right. Can I just say, lovely looking countertop. I can only see a tiny bit of it, but you look like you have a very, very nice kitchen. It'll be interesting to see some paint go down on these guys. It looks like there's some little technological pieces mixed in here. There's like a little discarded turbine over here. Aether Studios Kickstarter. Ages Shitmar. WJ apparently has some opinions. Well, it's looking like it's coming together nicely, minus the unfortunate hand drill incident. But hey, PLA's pretty cheap. Love to see some more of that, Asri. Here we have from Lore Friendly. Have a Battletech League starting in a week, so need to get my guys painted for that. Inks are really easy ways to get decent looking color on mechs. Tried using a different wash to Null Oil on the Warhammer. Neat effect. Doesn't match the rest of the Force anymore, so won't be doing that again here. Hold on. Yeah, I was gonna say, the wash on the Warhammer looks like it worked really well. I'd be curious what you used on it. I'm loving this. This is the Valkyrie? Right? It's a Valkyrie, isn't it? I'm terrible with a lot of the new CGL sculpts. Yeah, okay. I'll tell you, I like the look of the Warhammer. The blue with the cool gray, they go very, very nicely together. I think the wash worked out well. I don't think it looks that different to the rest of it. Nice highlighting on this purple over here, by the way. All in all, lovely work. Whammy has better definition and I like the color. Yeah, like if you told me, if you just handed me these three, put these three in front of me and said, pick which one has the best paint job, I would pick out this Whammy. I think that the wash you used on here is more effective. Nuln Oil is very thin, and my personal go-to black wash, by the way, in case anybody's wondering, is Army Painter Quick Shade Dark Tone. This is, in my opinion, a better wash than Nuln Oil. If you want to behave a little bit more like Nuln Oil, you can always take some like Liquitex Flow Aid, mix it in here, and it becomes about the same consistency and effect. I can understand the desire to stick with what you've already done for completing the force, but yeah, when you start up a new force, consider leaning into whatever wash brand this is, because it definitely looks better. Nice work, Lore Friendly. Here we have from Xandershade, my first 6 mechs painted. Ooh, this is an interesting little 3D printed sort of hex grid to store these guys. Looks like you're 3D printing your hexes as well, and for that matter, your mechs. As I look at this, I realize these are all MWO sculpts. The Contrast Basilicanum Gray is a good black wash. I used a couple of contrast paints, but I didn't really like them all that well, and I wound up sending them off to Chaotic Harmony, and I'm glad he's gotten some use out of them. I like that blue, that really nice electric blue, contrasted against the metal with what looks like you put a warm wash on the metal, maybe something a little sepia, a little yellow. They're good-looking 3D prints. Now, were these resin 3D prints or FDM 3D prints? They look resin, but I could be mistaken because you might not be able to tell but for some back spaghetti. Okay, they're resin prints. They came out excellent. It always weirds me out to see a hunchback with symmetrical weapon systems because it just doesn't look like a hunchback. Look at that Irby. Look at the adorable little Irby with his blue stripes. I've always liked white and blue as a contrast. I like these guys with the black and the blue stripes too. Xandershade, are you new to Battletech in general? I wouldn't say that, White Wolf. I've got some FDM prints that look almost this good. The disc. Well, no, hold on. When I think disco back, I'm always thinking of Homeboy over here with the 6 medium lasers. Mech Warrior, no. Battletech, yes-ish. Well, Xandershade, welcome. You have gotten into Battletech at, I think, precisely the right time. It is undergoing a fairly major renaissance. There are a lot more models available, whereas there were not before. The rules have been, I don't want to say updated, because they haven't really been, but they're being printed more actively than they were before and supported pretty damn well. So now is definitely the time. I really kind of like this grid. Where did you pick this up? I mean, it's a simple enough thing. I could whip this up. I'm just wondering who made this, or if it was you. Very nice paint jobs on all of these, Xandershade. Keep up the good work. I'd love to see this when it hits company strength. The 4SP is the twin SRM6. Oh, that's this guy. Okay. And the 4P over here. Yeah, that's the party back. That's the disco. Thingiverse, not my favorite for maps. There's a lot of stuff available on Thingiverse. If you're looking for better prints, I can recommend Some Assembly Required. That is Machine God's Patreon. He does some really, really good work over there. Sylogy on Thingiverse has some of the best MWO versions of files. You're probably already familiar with him by now. Machine God, yeah, he works with Papa Bear also, who we haven't seen in months and months and months. I miss Papa Bear. He's a good dude. Xandershade, thank you so much for posting. Really, really excellent work, particularly for your first 6. I hope you're having fun. If you need any advice or you need to know where to find some mechs, please don't hesitate to ask on the Discord. We have a lot of Battletech fans on the Discord, myself included. Polygon Masterworks, it's hard to argue with the quality of his files, for God or wrong. They're really nice. If you like the Mech Warrior Online designs. If you're not a fan of the MWO files, I would avoid Polygon Masterworks, but it seems like you're into those, so that'd probably be a good pickup for you, Xandershade. Here we have from Machine God, also working on some more Lyran Guard. Check out these OGs I scored to lay some paint on. Oh yeah, that classic Marauder and that jank-ass Trebuchet. I've painted this sculpt a few times, and I have to say this is probably one of the better paint jobs you could possibly get out of it. Speaking of which, we're going to be working on our very own Trebuchet here on Thursday, doing some 3D design. I just kicked the locking mechanism on the side of the wheel of my chair with my bare heel, and it hurts so bad, and I hope I didn't just rip my skin open. I just did that, and it hurts so much. Just a second. Oh, Xandershade. This is, I'm glad you've handed me this opportunity, because now I get to jump out of the woodwork and be like, actually, and show off my grognarditude, because that's not a Timberwolf. That's a Marauder. Now, you're half right. You're half right, Xandershade, and I'll tell you why. And stop me if you've heard this one. The Timberwolf, the so-called Mad Cat for the Inner Sphere, was named Mad Cat partially because, according to the interior logic of the universe of Battletech, the first time they encountered the Timberwolf, Inner Sphere target recognition computers attempted to, thank you very much, Sheza, and Kursala and Data Nerd, attempting to recognize the Timberwolf, kept switching back and forth between Marauder and Catapult, because it looks like you took a Catapult and you slapped the arms from a Marauder onto it. So, in a way, you're right. It's kind of half of a Timberwolf, or a Mad Cat, as it is more properly known. But yes, this is the classic unseen Marauder design, is what this is. Wow, I'm going to look at my foot after the stream is over. I'm not going to look at it right now, because I think it might be bleeding. And I don't want to know. Lovely work, though, Machine God, or it is always... I'm always delighted to see these classic unseen designs, but then I am a big old anime fan. Coming down, here we have from Ion Raptor. Don't think I ever showed off my LRM carrier. Been sitting on this one for a while, never had made any tracks for it. I saw it, I think, posted on Facebook, but no, we haven't seen it on here yet. Was referring to the IWM Timberwolf sculpt. Oh, okay, I got you. I do need more beer. I'm in a surprising amount of pain. So many lerms. So many lerms. And of all the nights for Chaotic Harmony not to stop in, you would think he would have been here for this many lerms. I really, really like the sort of trapezoidal... Wait, is that a trapezoid? My geometry is failing me. A trapezoid is... Because, let me see. When they're both in one direction, it is a rhombus. When they're opposing, they're a trapezoid, right? Yeah, okay. So they're trapezoidal launchers, and then arranged in this kind of arc. This is a wonderful, wonderful looking LRM carrier. Reminds me, particularly in his tan color, it reminds me of some of the missile tanks from, like, Dune 2 for some reason. Ion Raptor always does such good work. Don't ask me, I failed geometry. Up next here we have from White Wolf. So I've had my high-grade MS-04 Boo-Goo sitting and waiting for the past little bit for water slides and/or painting, and well, now that the A10's more or less off the assembly desk, I have room to actually do stuff. So screw it, let's do some panel lining once the Tamiya Extra Thin, used to kill some seams, settles. First shot ever at water slides. Are you using Microset and Microsalt? It's a plumbus. I'm like a whole season behind on Rick and Morty at this point. Mr. Softer and Mr. Setter. I'm going to assume that that's an equivalent product, because it sounds like it. But yeah, as long as you're using a product that is designed for it, you're going to have a much easier time with it, White Wolf. I also recommend, if you don't have them, but you probably do, get yourself some squeeze release tweezers. The type where you squeeze them and they... Well, I guess I just said that. You squeeze them and they release. That's why they squeeze release. These are between this and a pair of... not a pair. God, I hurt my foot and now my brain is off. This has been a weird stream, you guys. Okay, between that and a hobby knife and then microset and microsalt or the functional equivalent, you're gonna have about the easiest possible time setting those water slides. I look forward to seeing the final product. Water slides are pretty fucking amazing, truthfully. I'll drink some more, you're right, why the hell not? Not hemostats. Sheza, I do not recommend hemostats for that particular purpose, because those are difficult to release. Hemostats, I have a pair of those up here. They've got like a little ratchet lock on them. And those are not as ideal for doing water slides. This is, by the way, from Xander Shade, closer up of the Warhammer, plus 2 more mechs not pictured earlier, a catapult and a... Thanatos. Huh. I didn't recognize that at all. Okay. But you got that classic Cat K2 going on. From MechWarrior 4. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I remember a blockier version of something called a Thanatos. But I haven't seen one in a long damn time. This must be one of the ones that were thrown together from MWO Files, one of the kit bashes that, like, Sylogy did. Rio, good to see you, man. Welcome in. It's in MechWarrior Online. Oh, so there's an official MWO model for it. Okay. I did not realize. Not if you know how to use them really well, but overall I agree with... Yeah, you know... I suppose you probably could get really good at using a hemostat to do water slides, but... I've never had good luck with them. It's Sylogies. Yeah, I figured that must be. I wonder what the official Thanatos looks like. I'm gonna have to look that up. Good looking work though, Xander Shade. That is coming along wonderfully, and I hope to see some more mechs out of you. Here we have from Punexpected, working on setting the lines for my freehand on a Lawrence of Arabia bust from FER Miniatures. God damn it, Punexpected. I'm sitting here like a few minutes ago talking about how I want to lower my standards for painting, and then Punexpected goes and posts something like this. Aradesh, if you're around here, you're likely to see quite a lot of Battletech. We between the viewers and all the terrain that I make, there's a lot of mechery going on. Welcome in, Aradesh. Look at that face work. Damn it. This is some impressive stuff. Unexpected. I'll be curious to see what you wind up doing. I love the color blocks you've established for his clothing here. I'm wondering if you're gonna do any more weathering on it, because I feel like all this white is just ripe. Just absolutely ripe for weathering and for staining. Aradesh, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Storm Chasers. We're just going through the bit that we do at the end of every stream called the Storm Report, which is a little bit of an art review. I know, Data Nerd, I'm just... My problem is that I aspire to be a good painter. And people like Punexpected make me want to push myself. Damn it. Wonderful work. Really, really good. Here we have from Datron Voltari. Found this online and felt young again. Those R&D elbow rockets. Oh my god. Yes. Some of the original elbow rockets. Short only of remote control flying fists. Oh man. Is that Mazinger Z? Because this is a generation before me. This is the generation before me for Mecha. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Mazinger also has the fists that fly off and actually fly around on rockets. And then rockets that come out of his fucking elbows. Ooh, that's some old school mecha. Well, thank you so much for thinking of me, Datron. I appreciate that. Here we have from Sheza working on Hela for MCP, Skulls for the Goddess of Death. Ooh, that is quite the pile of skulls. Now, you added these. These aren't a part of the original figure. These look like they're off the Warhammer Skull Pack. Really nice use of that. I like how we're getting a little bit of the OSL green glow down around here. The highlighting specifically on the bodysuit is what draws my eye here. This is very interesting. First of all, you've chosen a great base green. I'm liking the way the highlighting's going so far. I think if you keep pushing this higher and higher, leaning into that contrast, and then come in around the edges, clean up the black a little bit, this is going to be really striking. I'm liking the colors, though. It was a different era, Datron. Oh, this is a great use for them, Sheza. I thought so. I mean, if anybody should have a pile of skulls, it is definitely Hela. Man, I haven't watched Thor Ragnarok in a while. Maybe I should do that again. Wonderful work, Sheza. Really like that green. I really like the highlight green, too. Are you using, by chance, have you used Vallejo Game Air or Model Color Light Livery Green? Because I feel like that would go with this so well, it's kind of stupid. Really good work on this. How sculpted in are these bodyline details, or is a lot of this freehand? Because it looks kind of flat, but for the parts where you've done the highlighting, where it pops out really nicely. Yes, I believe, Kursala, that I did light livery green on one of those, because this is a color that I haven't found anything to replace this yet. And it's a really good one. Thanks to Thor Ragnarok, every time I see a lightning storm, the immigrant song starts playing. Yeah, oh my god. Taika Waititi is such a killer fucking director, it's crazy. Lovely work, Sheza. Absolutely lovely. Each skull added individually. Yeah, because normally she would just be kind of flying up off of her energy wisps, but this is the whole pile are individual skulls. Here I have from Kursala. Didn't get as far as I wanted on this tonight, but here it is anyway. Don't expect anyone to recognize it, but you're welcome to guess. A giant robot chicken? Big robo rooster? Maybe mechanical Tyrannosaurus Rex arms? Possibly? I don't know. But hey man, progress is progress, and they look like they're coming along nicely. I'll be curious to see what they do finally attach to, I will tell you that much. Here we have from Suicide Prinny, current project, Alligator Man. This is Warma Hordes, is it not? I'm pretty sure this is a Warma Hordes figure. I only played a little bit of Warma Hordes, but there was a whole faction that has a bunch of Alligator Men and like Cajun swamp gumbo monsters. Hordes, yes, okay. I played a little bit of Hordes. I really enjoyed painting the Legion of Everblight models, but I didn't delve that much into the other factions. They have really great sculpts. Privateer Press often has really good sculpts. That's why I was shocked by Jack's Red Blade. Like, obviously they know better. Using Vallejo Lime Green. There are two colors I want you to check out, if you feel like doing it, Sheza. There is Vallejo Light Livery Green. I can't even really, like, without taking my really nice camera and doing some well-edited photos, I can't illustrate to you how green this is. Like, it's very yellow, but still green. It's incredibly potent. And the other green I would like you to check out is from Reaper, and it's called Moth Green. Working on the figure that you're working on right now, I would pick up one or both of these and give them a try. I think you'll like the results. I would lean more on light livery green, but consider moth green as well. I love the color of leather that you have on here, by the way, Suicide Prinny. And I like these kind of wrapped ropes around the, well, I guess around the fist and the forearm. Those read very well. And the next project, oh my god. Ooh, that is like a middle-aged Mutant Ninja Turtle right there. He's seen some shit. The Zenithal highlight sells it really nicely. Now, which one is this going to be? I'm definitely getting a Raph vibe from him. Because, you know, Raphael is cool but rude. And he definitely looks cool, but rude. Moth Green is Reaper, because this is Reaper Master Series Moth Green that I have here. Where did you get this bust? I'd be very curious to know where you got this, Suicide Printy. I'm planning on doing some more busts in the future. And with the way, honestly, with some of the colors I've seen you do, I'm very much looking forward to seeing this start to get some paint put down on it. It is so expressive for not having a nose. Please do, Suicide Printy, and thank you so much for that. I'm glad that I guessed right. Here we have from Prince or WJ, as you might know him, got both Colossi. Too bad I can't change their facing, and the sizes are so different. I still think they make a nice couple. Oh yeah, the Colossus of Rhodes and the Statue of Liberty. Well, you know, if you've ever seen those pictures where there's like a 9-foot dude dating like a 5-foot chick, that's about right. This is a reasonable variation within the diversity of the human animal. You know what, let's not think too much about that, because I'm pretty sure there's probably a Rule 34 of that. Let's move on. You're gonna make me pick up Humankind, aren't you? You're gonna keep posting pictures of it until I can't help myself. Damn it! WJ, you with your 4X games, man. Here we have from White Wolf progress during the last hour or so of the stream. Ish. Who makes Moth Green again? It's Reaper. It's Master Series. Reaper paints, Moth Green. Vallejo paints, light livery green. I recommend both. Right leg, shield, and Heat Hawk are more or less panel lined. Whee! Ooh, yeah, that looks nice. I'm not sure how I think I'm just gonna paint my Dougram like a mini. Like, I know a lot of people just do the panel lining for this style of model building, but I think I'm just gonna base coat the whole damn thing and work it up. Light livery green. WJ. The color that I recommend from Vallejo is light livery green. It is very, very yellow, but it is also... Again, this is a difficult color to describe, and I find that it doesn't actually come through on my camera unless I set I do my settings just right. It's vivid in a way that you just kind of have to get a bottle of it to see. Well, lovely work on that. I love it. It looks like you're using a kind of a warm panel liner, which actually offsets the blue very nicely. Keep up the damn good work, White Wolf. And here we have again, enter the industrial era. Edo, Japan is now Siam, and I got new wonders in my capital city. Just got all the wonders. Just all the wonders. This isn't fair. The world is starved of wonders. We got the Eiffel Tower, we got the Colossus of Rhodes, we got the Statue of Liberty. They're all on one coast. This is disgusting. We have the... Is it the Kremlin? Oh my god. I'm gonna have to play this game. I am such a sucker for 4X. It's kind of ridiculous. Well, that's a damn good-looking spread of civilization you have there, WJ. Now we are St. Basil's. Okay, thank you very much. My knowledge of international architecture is pretty limited, which I think is the Kremlin. Oh. Uh-oh. Is it? Am I dumb? Am I a dumb face? It's possible. Someone look up if the Kremlin is St. Basil's Cathedral. Alright, and I have one more that I did want to go ahead and pull up, and I'm going to use this as an opportunity to fool around with my overlay slightly. Let's go ahead and go... Kapow! Kapow! It didn't do it. Kapow! There we go. This is from Hooked Brush, who posted this a little bit earlier. Go ahead and pop a like on there. Really nice freehand on the inside of the cloak. Effective but simple. So much of doing freehand well is just doing simple patterns carefully. I like the non-metallic metal that we have on the gold and the steel all around here. It's dramatic and it's cartoonish, but it's effective. The only critique I might give this Hooked Brush, if you get around to watching this, is just that if you took some green stuff and leveled the rock out where he's standing on it. Just a little bit of something, because it is a little notable that his toes are just kind of hanging in air, and his feet aren't really laying on the rock. Same goes for his tabard. But the basing is interesting regardless. I really like the non-metallic metal effect. It's simple. It's not too dramatic, but it still has that contrast that makes it work. I like the work on the cloak. The hammer stands out to me. All in all, very nice worked hook brush. And I'm going to go ahead and drop you a follow to make sure I can see some of your work in the future. Look at that. Look at that. I can pull up my browser right here on the stream now. This is fantastic. Right up until you see my search history, and then I'm going to lose all my follows. But that is going to bring us to the end of tonight's Storm Report, and as a result, the end of tonight's stream. The Kremlin, which was not selected as one of the modern Seven Wonders, is a Moscow-based historical complex, while St. Basil's Cathedral is the picture-worthy church with flowing domes in the same vicinity as... Okay, yeah, because I know that there is the Kremlin, but there's, like, the Red Square, and there's a whole series of structures around it, and I didn't think that St. Basil's Cathedral was the same building, but I'm so woefully ignorant of Russian architecture that as soon as you said it, I started doubting myself. Don't think any of us are going to care about your Powerpuff Girls searches. Hey, good. Alright, who is doing what tonight on Twitch? Who are we gonna fire a raid at right quick? Megapedia is going, Thunderdome Drew is painting, Teal Security is going, Daylight Gamers playing some Smite, Keyline Prime is painting, the Bongbarian is playing some Mass Effect Legendary Edition. You got a lot of choices, actually. It's Megapedia's Streamiversary, you guys. We're gonna go ahead and raid her. She's a lot of fun. I like Meg. She's good people. Let's go ahead and get that started. I know some people are probably turning in for the night right now. You're winding down. You're about to shut off Twitch. If you feel like doing me a favor, stick around for 5 minutes. Go with the raid. Check out Megapedia's stream. Drop her a follow if you like what you see. She's really a lot of fun. She's a fucking jackass in the best possible way. Guys, thank you for sticking with me through the technical difficulties tonight. I know we dropped a few people when I had to end the stream and kick it back up, but most of you came back. You stuck around for the Storm Report. I'm really glad that you guys got to see some of the amazing art that we got posted tonight. A huge thank you, as always, to everybody who posted in the Storm Report and everybody who's been hanging out in the stream tonight. You guys make this such an absolute pleasure to come out and do every single time, 3 times a week. And speaking of those 3 times a week, we are going to be back on Thursday doing some 3D design, working on that Trenchy design by Project Dark Fox in Fusion 360. Saturday the 28th, we're going to have Discord Movie Night. It's looking like we might end up watching, I think, Predator and Ghostbusters, so that's going to be a fucking night to be on Discord. Then Sunday, we're going to be doing some more oil painting on Conquest figures. Coming back Tuesday for some more Warcaster, continuing what we started tonight. A huge thank you, as always, to my amazing mod team. Without you guys, this would not be possible. I'm going to go get something to eat. So until next time, folks, keep on painting.